And we're live! Haha! What is up, everybody? We are back once again. This is the 8th live chat of the year. How absolutely amazing is that? And my time on the live chat thing, then on my dashboard just said negative time. That's interesting. But yeah, we're back, man. It's the first live chat of February, starting off just like literally on time as I planned it. Which is a first, in all honesty. And that is that. If you are watching this on the replay, welcome. I am, glad that you're watching this, in the future from now. Welcome to the replay. I'm glad that that you could join me for this. Hopefully, maybe, possibly, this is going to be something that you are interested in. And let's get into talking about, I suppose, the first thing, just to start talking about something, right? While people get in here and stuff like that. And I just recently discovered that I can actually become or have like affiliate links that link to Yes Asia, which is where I buy all of my K-pop albums from. So, previously I was linking to Amazon and eBay, but now we'll also be including links to Yes Asia as well, which is so much better than buying off of Amazon or eBay, in my opinion. Yes Asia is my favorite place to buy K-pop albums. So, I'll have a link to that general site to just buy anything that you want off of, and I'll earn like a 5% commission for referring sales to them, which is awesome. So you support your favorite K-pop act and also at the same time support me as well. So that is what we've got. So now that I see we got a couple people in the couple of viewers, we got 2 watching currently, is what the dashboard is saying. Welcome. What is going on with all of you guys? How are you doing? I personally, of course, am doing really, really well. I mean, this has been a really, really fantastic week for me. I've, really, really enjoyed it. Of course, we had, what did we even have as far as releases this week? There was Taeyeon, of course. We had Lovelyz. Goo Down was also there. I think they were. I don't remember. Yeah. And then Blank 7 also super, super cool, super duper underrated as far as the group's concerned. And then of course the highlight of the week was seeing Hyuna in Chicago, which I'll talk more about that in a segment on the weekly review coming out tomorrow. But that was good and bad, but we'll go into more detail later. Ultimately, though, it was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed going. It was ultimately a super, super awesome experience. So, what's going on? What's going on with you guys? That's what we're doing. We want to chat with you guys, see what's going on. Talk about K-pop or life in general. I don't know. We don't talk about politics though, because I don't like talking about politics. I haven't had for the last year, since the whole primaries for the presidential election, all that stuff started. I've had some not pleasant experiences with political discussion, so that's unfortunate. React to the hidden. I know that the hidden version's in English, but I don't know. So I personally, right, as far as reacting to the hidden version of that, it's not a different song. So for me, I don't see a reason to do a reaction other than, I suppose, what the hidden portion of it is that there's going to be somebody in that music video who's going to be a big surprise, and I'm going to be blown away. People are very, very much hyped about that, but I personally just don't see why. So I'm not particularly interested. And then of course everyone's been telling me you should do a reaction video to the Maroon 5 cover that Dreamcatcher did, which I already watched it because I heard that they did because I've already watched it, so it wouldn't be a real reaction video. I might as well make a video talking about it because that was awesome. I liked it a lot. It was a lot of fun. But I'm not gonna make a video for that one either. I'm not gonna make a reaction video at the very least. Glad, Andy, that you were here, and I suppose, or I'm assuming and hoping that you got your car stereo fixed or that it's working. What albums have I been loving recently? Um, I've been as far as, okay, so it's not K-pop, but I've been really heavily into this Korean electronic synth pop kind of duo called Seoul Karaoke System. Um, I think they just had their debut EP. I think is what it was, like 2 weeks ago. You can listen to like every single one of those songs over on the Mirror Ball Music YouTube channel. It's their record label, and they're really awesome. And of course, if you like it and you want to buy it, then you can get it off of iTunes, or I know you can also listen to them on Spotify as well, I do believe. So that's the one album that I've been loving recently. In addition, of course, to a couple weeks ago, I went on like this binge of listening to, like, that 80s metal and stuff like that, that I love, and it was lots of fun. um the EP, I guess, is I Have Crabs, is what you're asking for. The title of that, by Soul Karaoke System, is called Under the City Lights. I'm assuming that's what you're asking about. But I guess also, so if we're gonna go to K-pop, as far as like what my favorite album, or the one that I've been listening to, or that I've been drawn towards more than any other, I do think that I have to go back to. It's a throw up between the album Yes No by Suzy, or the new album from CLC, the Crystal by CLC, because those are both really good albums as well. But gotta open that. But those are all fun. What are you enjoying? What are you listening to? Righto boy. Since you asked me, I'm gonna ask you back because I want to know. I want to know what people are listening to. Maybe it's something I never knew existed. I'm always open to new suggestions and stuff like that on uh for new music to listen to. I'm kind of enjoying it too. The more that I listen to it, like, I'm not really a huge fan of it. Like I said in my reaction video, I think it's probably one of their worst songs. But it is actually a pretty fun song. I mean, Lovely's music has always been pretty fun, and I guess, I don't know, whatever. It's nice though. It's a nice little song. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying a lot of the other songs on the album and all that too. So, I mean, overall, I would say that as far as it being a Lovely's song, or and song and album, it's probably not their. I wouldn't rate it as their best. I wouldn't rate it as my favorite from them, but I definitely would say that, of course, it's not bad. So I'm definitely enjoying it. And yeah, the CLC album is really good. That's gonna, I think, now it's of course way too early to say, but I do think that it's gonna be, um up there towards, as a favorite album of the year for me. Like, it's already an album of the year contender, at least for my rating for the year. BTS, yeah, and BTS has released some good songs too. I mean, I'm not really like a just huge, massive, crazy BTS fan or anything like that, but I definitely do really enjoy listening to their to their music, like a lot. There's a lot of, really really good music from BTS. So, I enjoy them. I have no, I don't dislike them in any way. But I personally can't say that I'm a big massive fan. I would say that Destiny, as far as Lovely's songs, is probably up there as one of my favorites. I think that Destiny is up there as one of my favorite CLC songs. I mean, not CLC. Whoops, I'm sorry. Lovely's. I saw CLC in the chat, and so I got that in my head, and that's what I said. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun seeing, since CLC just released their new album. Hobgoblin, Crystyle, the entire album and stuff like that. To see what their next song is, because I would assume, if we just go by like what the kind of normal promotion cycle is and stuff like that for girl groups, is that they're gonna release another single or something like that, maybe in the next 6 months, sometime in the last third of the year, or towards the end of the third quarter, sometime in the fourth quarter. I would assume that they would end up releasing another single. So it'll be very interesting to see what that is sounding like. I still have to listen to that Taeyeon album, Andy. I need to get it. I forgot to download it. I forgot to get it on my iPod for when I went to Chicago. And I also forgot to load up a bunch of Hyuna on my iPod before I went to Chicago as well, so I didn't listen to anything before or after. So that was a thing. But still, super fan of hers, and so... And things are going particularly well for me. Mackenzie, I am glad that you asked. I'm glad that you were here. This is the first time, in all honesty, that I remember seeing your name in this in the live chat here. So I am glad that you could join me, and hopefully you'll stick around a little bit longer, and I'll see you more in the future. Because that's what it's all about. We're all about, these are here, or we're doing these so we can talk, get to know each other a little bit more. You can get to know me, I can get to know you a little bit. Get some familiarity going between us. That's what this is all about. We've had a lot of fun in the previous seven live chats that we've had so far. Every week, every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern time is when I try and do these, just so that you guys know. So next week, just make plans to be here if you want, or don't. You don't have any obligation. Of course, you can always catch the replay if you want. It's a little weird watching the replay of a live stream, but you can also do that. Yeah, but I would definitely say, the Rido boy, that I do think that Cosmic Girls and Oh My Girl are better per se. I like them more than Lovely's. Like, Lovely's is good, and they've definitely evolved and changed and just done their thing, and which is kind of they've had their normal, natural, expected progression. But just like right out of the gate, though, like Cosmic Girls and Oh My Girl were just so much better. So that's the way it is. Not every, I don't know. The competition is stiff for girl groups. So it's really really difficult, man. There's a lot of them, and they're all doing a lot of them are doing very very similar sounds and styles. So it's hard to be distinct and become popular and sell a lot of albums, sell a lot of units. My favorite album, Martin. My favorite album, man, is gotta be Act 7 from 4 Minute. Definitely by far the best album from 4 Minute ever. And I would say, like, I know that I did my end of the year, my favorite albums of 2016, and that wasn't in any specific, ranking order, but Act 7 is definitely, I think, number one of last year. It was the best album 2015, even though it wasn't released in 2015, and it's and it's very likely that if I really wanted to, just for the lulz, I could include it in as one of my favorite albums of 2017. People would think maybe they would find that funny, maybe they'd get mad, I don't know, but Act 7 by 4 Minute is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's because it's just so good and different and all of that. It's really really good. You don't feel guilty when you miss live streams, Andy. You're not obligated to be here. You've been at like every single one except for the last one. So you don't need to be. So far you've been in 7 out of 8. So you're doing pretty good. You don't need to be at everyone. Don't feel guilty. You've even been at most of the ones that I've done randomly during the middle of the week as well. So don't feel guilty. Oh my! I think it was Windy Day. That's Oh My Girl song. That's an Oh My Girl song. I think the Windy Day or whatever is probably my favorite song. But like all of their title track songs and of course album tracks and stuff like that are super super solid from Oh My Girl. Like that group is it is really really group. And what's up, Ricardo? Welcome. It's been couple weeks since I saw you. You were actually, I think, studying last week, I do believe. Or no, you had family over. You were with family or friends, something like that. I remember that. We exchanged some tweets about that. Glad that you can make it this time. Although, of course, family, whatever, is more important than me by far. So you should do that. Which is a good thing I'm doing this tonight, or that I actually did this tonight, because my brother's going to be over tomorrow, which means family is more important than YouTube, and I wouldn't be able to do it tomorrow night. So I operate by that philosophy that friends and family at this point in time for me in my YouTube career is the most important thing. But I don't have any friends, so I don't have to worry about that. And then of course my brother comes and visits every once in a while, so I don't have to worry about that too much either. It's all good. It just means I get to spend every day, every hour, every minute, every second once I get home from work doing more work on YouTube. It's fun stuff. Yeah, Oh My Girl is really good, and I would definitely say, I don't know, and so whatever it is about Oh My Girl, like, and this is like completely disregarding the fact that I just in general really really like their music. I would be a really really big fan of that group because they just bring out some stuff and sounds and elements of their music that is just totally it's just totally different and unique and interesting sounds that they bring and incorporate into their music consistently. So it's really really interesting. Like the chorus for Windy Day is so good. Best chorus in K-pop in the last 3 years, I think. Just because the sound and the concept and all that stuff is so much different than anything else. My favorite groups, Martin, my favorite group of all time. It is the group that got me into K-pop. It is the reason that I'm even here, because without this group, I wouldn't have been interested in K-pop or making to the point that I would make YouTube videos. But that is 4 Minute. They are my favorite group of all time. My one and only bias group. There is no other group that I call my bias. But right now, as far as active groups, I'm huge, massive, big fan of Dreamcatcher. They may have taken they may have made me go back on my words, my commitment, I suppose, to 4 Minute being my only bias group. But Dreamcatcher is really really great. And then I'm also a huge big fan of CLC right now. Like, I thought they were great before Hobgoblin and that whole album came out, but since they changed it up, I mean, they just taken it to like a completely different level. They've stepped it up like 5 steps. So those are the three. Those are the 3 groups that I would say are my favorites. That's 4 Minute, Dreamcatcher, CLC. And also, welcome to the first time in my stream. Hopefully we can you will stick around for a little while tonight. I'm planning on going for at least 60 minutes up until 10 p.m. Eastern time, so we got another like 40 minutes or so. And then we might end it. So hopefully, I don't know, you can stick around for that long. And then, of course, I'll be back next week on Saturday at 9 p.m. to do this once again. Also, too, tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon, maybe around 5 p.m. Eastern time, I'll be on Facebook doing a live stream as I record the weekly music review. I'm going to start, doing some work to incorporate some live audience interaction to that weekly show. So, like my Facebook page. I don't know if that link in the description of this video works or not, but you can always follow me from the homepage of my YouTube, my channel homepage, and that way you can know if I'm ever live on Facebook, I should say, so you can get involved in the production of that weekly series as well. So that's that. I mean, I just gotta promote that because it's a thing that I'm starting up, and I don't know. I want to get people. I want to get you guys involved in this stuff a little bit more. My favorite solo artist, Mackenzie, is this is difficult for me because on one hand, like, Jiyoon is a solo artist and she's fantastic. Her solo debut was stunningly good, but I am, I think, totally in love with Taeyeon. I might be Taeyeon trash, maybe. See, I mean, I cannot give enough praise to Chris Style. I don't have enough words to praise it with, and I've already used a lot of those previously. A couple minutes ago, 5-10 minutes ago. But that album is so good. Liar is my favorite album. Liar is without a doubt, my favorite song on that album, man. It is so good. It is top notch. It is class. It is quality. It's really great. And I am glad to hear that you like what I do, Martin. Or, I don't know, you got the accent over the I, so maybe it's something different, but I am glad to hear that. I mean, not like I have a big ego or anything, but I do enjoy, of course, hearing that people are enjoying what I'm doing, because, that tells me, at the very least, right, that, I'm doing something right. That, my approach and all that stuff is something that people actually enjoy. So that's useful. You gotta look and see what the market and what my potential audience is enjoying, what my current audience is enjoying or disliking, and work to accommodate that as much as I can stand. Because I want to make stuff that people like and that they want to watch, but at the same time, like, I want to make stuff that I enjoy making, so I want to have some fun doing it. So, oh, Meow Meow, that's also a good song too. I think it's Liar as number 1, and then Meow Meow or Meow as number 2. I think that's how I would rate it. Although, depending on how I feel that day, maybe that song, maybe that ranking is flipped. I don't know, but But it's like I don't see you could pick any song on that off that album and I'd be like that's a good song. That's a really good song. Cuz they're all really good songs. Liar should see. Oh, speaking about Liar or something like that. Like I see if they were gonna do like maybe a repackaged album of this, like I would see Liar being the one that they use for the music video. Maybe they should do that. Just a thought. If someone from Cube is watching. So Jiyun from 4 Minute, or I guess Jinya or whatever the heck her name is, but it's her name, but it's Jiyun from 4 Minute. Um, Isn't that was the name of the song? I do something like that, and then Magnet or Magnetic or whatever was the second song. She had the solo single, her debut single, whatever was like Day and Night or Night and Day, whatever it was. Sun and Moon. I don't know. I don't remember. I should know because like I'm a big fan of 4 Minute. I'm a big fan of her through relation, so I should know this, but I don't. I always feel. Ooh, that was a long time ago, Martin. But like like an actual. That was sometime last year, wasn't it? So that's cool, Dan. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support over the last year or so, however long that was. Oh, we got someone who's been a fan, who's been a follower for like about a year, and we got someone who's been a follower on a fan for about March 27th, 2015 was when I released that FM reaction video. So yeah, it's been just about nearly a year that Martin's been a fan, and then Ricardo's been a fan for like a month or two now. Oh, the CLC, the girl from CLC writes her own stuff. I didn't know that. Or she at least participates in the writing of her rap lines. Thank you, Mackenzie. I appreciate that. That is exactly what I'm trying to do. That is when I started making these videos. You know, way back in 2014, the end of 2014, I was like, everyone's doing these reaction videos where they're doing, they're being, I don't know, goofy, and they're being very expressive and stuff like that, but they're not so much focusing on the music itself. And I'm like, but I like K-pop for the music. I don't like it for the visuals. I don't like it because all the girls are pretty, or because all the guys are attractive or anything like that. I like it for the music. So I can make these videos here. We're gonna talk about the music, and that's what's gonna make me different from everybody else. And up until I made a poor decision with changing my format and the way that I did these, it was going very, very well. So I appreciate I love seeing and hearing that there are people out there that that legitimately want to watch my videos because they want to hear what I have to say, whether it's going to be something that they agree with or disagree with. Because I just had someone who posted on my Lovely's reaction video that they unsubscribed from my channel because I didn't think that WoW was that great, and they disagreed with me. Which I'm like, you subscribe to my channel, so you should already know that like I'm gonna be, completely honest with you on what I think about a song, whether I like it or don't. and you unsubscribed because I didn't say what you liked, and why do you even watch my videos? Why did you even subscribe in the first place? Like, you should know. So that's just the thing. It's kind of aggravating at times, but at the same time, it's like those are the people that, if they can't just ignore what I had to say enough, that they need to leave a comment saying how I'm wrong without actually giving like a good argument as to why I'm wrong. That's fine. They can unsubscribe. That's cool. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I said, right? Like, well, all of my non-K-pop friends thought it was a nice, catchy song. And like, oh god, and then they said, what did their comment even say? Let's read this comment chain here for you guys, because they posted it up in the public domain, so that means that I do have the rights to read. I do not. If it's off her album, I haven't listened to it yet. Yeah, so if it's off her album, I don't know it. I do not know. I have not heard it yet. But if it's not, then I might listen. I could listen to it. I don't know, but I don't know it just yet. So this person I was talking about who unsubscribed from my channel because they didn't like what I said. They said their first comment that they left on my channel was, "Lol, I'm disappointed from your reaction as well. Unsubscribed." Well, that's dramatic, right? And then so I replied to them, right? Because why the heck not? I said, I have always been honest with my thoughts about every single song that I cover. If you are expecting me to unconditionally shower songs with praise, my videos are not right for you. Oh, no, I don't know that song. I don't know it. So anyway, so my reply to that person, right, I just read that, didn't I? If the reason that you are disappointed with my reaction has nothing to do with my opinion on the song, could you share how you think it could be better? Right? So I said, like, hey, look, my opinion is my opinion. This is the way that my videos have always been. It's sad that, whatever. And so it's like, if it doesn't have anything to do with disagreeing with my opinion, could you share how I can make my video better? Well, I want to know. I legitimately want to know how I could be better. Right? And so their reply is, IDK, man, or I don't know, man. You figure it out yourself. Even my non-K-pop friends think this is awesome and catchy. So yeah, I was just disappointed because I was really looking forward to your reaction. Well, that's your opinion, so why not? So yeah, goodbye. So like they recognize that like it was my opinion, right? And I'm entitled to have my opinion and stuff, but they disagreed with it, so they decided they were going to unsubscribe. And then so my reply, because they said, so yeah, goodbye, my reply to them was, bye then. Fucking don't let the door hit you on the way out, asshole. It wasn't constructive criticism, it was just them saying that they disagreed with me. Okay, so thoughts on popular YouTubers not giving any opinion in the reaction videos. My question to you is, since when did they ever really give any serious opinions on songs other than, that was okay, or I like that? Because I legitimately, like, I don't watch a lot of them because I don't like them that much, but I can't say that over the years that I've been watching Dre's videos, specifically Kenny every once in a while and all that, like, I've never actually seen them give an opinion on a song ever, other than like, oh, that was pretty dope or whatever. So and that's just the way that it is. And ultimately, right, if you want to grow, if you want to have 800,000 subscribers, if you want to have 100,000 subscribers, you have to do those kinds of reaction videos because that's what people respond to the most. That's what people really, really enjoy. You know, things that are devoid of any sort of interesting or potentially controversial thoughts and opinions is what is popular. Because as you just saw in this comment thread that I just read out, people who disagree with you will then unsubscribe. But if you have, you know, videos that have basically no opinion at all, and is just goofy acting, then people like that a lot. So that's just the way that it is. You know. I got a question, Martin. Was there supposed to be a song and music video for February from Luna? Cuz I didn't see one. I must have missed it cuz I was waiting for it. The last two that I've covered have been really interesting and really fun. Well, the last one, January, was fun. December was a really good song. Um, so that's that. I want to check out Code Kunst as well. I got to listen to live and featuring Dean also. I was gonna make a video for that, but I was like, it's not really the kind of song that I really want to make a reaction video for. But I very well might listen to it and then just make a video to talk about it. Um, and then G Friend, I am so psyched for G Friend. Like I haven't watched any of these teasers. I want to be completely surprised. I want to be completely surprised by G Friend so that my reaction can just be like fucking off the wall. Because I've seen the only thing that I've seen from these G Friend teasers are the thumbnails for the teaser videos, and it's like it's about to be crazy. My reaction video is gonna be insanity, I think. So I don't know. Unless the song is garbage, then the reaction is not going to be off the chain. Although, except it might be off the chain raging. I don't know, because like I'm psyched for this. I'm super super psyched for it. But I gotta like bring my expectations down because when I get my expectations up so high, then there's like it makes it difficult to um oh okay so okay cool um yeah, so we got that day six and B2B as well. Just what is going on? Because of course day six is being great is great just normal, and then B2B and feel 'em and all that stuff is like I've seen visual teasers, picture image teasers and stuff like that. So I just do not know. I just do not know. Um, and that's good. Yeah, and Andy has got it pretty much nailed on, like specifically as to why people watch. I mean, watch basically any other react people who makes reaction videos is because it's all about the funny or how they're funny or they're or comedic or whatever. Um, and whatever their goofy and funny personality is and their reactions, but you know my personality and of course my semi focus on the aspect on the music in a very general kind of sense is much different and less appealing. So and of course I'm honest, and people don't like it when they hear people with honest opinions in K-pop. Okay, so with the February girl, what is Luna 1/3 or 1/3 or whatever? I just don't have I just have not been putting in the time. I'm working on changing it, but I have not been putting in the time, to be keeping up with What was I saying? I haven't been doing a very good job keeping up with news and stuff on like upcoming releases and other stuff like that. But I'm planning on getting better. But it's more work that I've got to do and figure out how to, work into my schedule and workflow and all that stuff, so I can continue to just up my game and be more immersed and more hooked into this, info stream of, the Korean music industry. K-pop song that I really hate. No, there isn't a K-pop song that I really hate. I can't think of one at least. Okay, so Luna with the February girl and the girl for March, I suppose is what you're saying, is gonna be after March 10th. Okay, that's cool, interesting, good to know. Thank you, appreciate that. So Andy, there isn't really a K-pop song that I truly hate. I don't think. If I heard it, I'd probably know it, of course, but I can't think of one. Um, and then as far as calling me a music critic, I wouldn't say that I'm a music critic, but I don't know. So I kind of, as far as like what my general approach is, which I don't watch as many of his videos anymore, just because one, I don't have the time, but I do kind of generally try and model my approach, or maybe it just is my approach just took this naturally. Is I think that my approach to the music is very very similar to this guy that does reviews and stuff like that for, well, just music in general, on a YouTube channel called The Needle Drop. I think that's what it is. Yeah, the music, the Needle Drop, who I mean, he talks about the music in some like really kind of, of course, generic, terms and stuff like that, and of course how the album and the song and all this stuff fits into the career and stuff. So I mean, I like his stuff. His actual name is what, Anthony Fantano, whatever. The internet's busiest music nerd or some shit like that. But I enjoy his videos quite a lot. Or just his style. It's nice. Music consumer with an opinion, definitely true. Music reviewer, enthusiast, that is also true. I would say, I guess technically critic is the correct term as well, but you know, I would say, like, a critic is someone who, like, I don't know, does it professionally and stuff like that, which I don't do it professionally just yet. Hopefully one day in the future. Not now. It's good. I like that. Maybe hopefully I can get it. Well, I don't cover as much like popular names or as much, well-known names and stuff like that like he does, but maybe I could have 900,000 subscribers like he does. Maybe I'll reach maybe I'll reach 1 million like he does. Maybe I'll be bigger than Dre one day. That'd be fun. That'd be really fun. So cool. We're gonna have a subunit or unit of Luna with all of the girls that have been revealed so far. I think that's correct. So that'll be cool. That'll be fun and interesting to hear. Favorite release from February. I think it was Cross Gene. I think Cross Gene was in February. So yeah, Cross Gene. I mean, I'm not sure how quickly Ricardo saw that, but no, yeah, Cross Gene was the beginning of this first second week of February, if I'm remembering correctly. Still wanting to look at it. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, Cross Gene. Um, SF9 also was very good. I would say one of my favorites maybe. Um, and then of course we gotta throw in Big in their song 123. That song was fun too. And I guess we'll just chuck in Blank Seven as well, the group that debuted yesterday, the other day, 2 days ago, whatever. I made a video for them on the third yesterday, last night. Their song "Yeah" is also lots of fun. Oh, and then of course, and then Victon's song "Eyes Eyes" is also very very interesting. There's there's all kinds of like you gotta if you don't there's something that I'm a huge advocate for. Like if you don't like if you're subscribed to 1 the K and you don't watch every music video that comes up to a name or an artist that you don't know, I definitely suggest that you do listen to the unknown people because you'll find some really really good stuff. Like Blank Seven, they're good. They are really really good. You got to listen to that song. Was so much good stuff on 1 the K, Andy? Is that what you're referring to? Because it's like the main place that all Korean music gets published to. Because Lowen Entertainment is the biggest publisher, well, the number one, I guess, as far as like total market share and stuff like that, music publisher and distributor in Korea. So that's why I have to listen to the rest. I have to listen to the other stuff off of the Victon album as well. I haven't gotten into that just yet, which I should, but I have not, unfortunately. But of course, you also check out the KT Music channel too. That's where I found out. Yeah, so KT Music is also has a bunch of good stuff too. I think I ended up discovering Klang. She's a like R&B kind of singer who's really really good. Although her music video and the song with the music video is definitely not R&B, but the second song is on her single is. Um, I think that Eden. Um, I think who I don't remember what channel Eden was uploaded to, but Eden is a really good solo singer. He's spectacularly good. His voice is like on point, amazing. And I would check that song out and I would check that video out, Andy. As soon as we finish this live stream, I'll check it out. I'll watch it. Probably love the shit out of it. I'm assuming since you're recommending it so heavily, and you've been watching my videos for a long time, so you know what I like. You're familiar with what I'm into. So yeah, and Mackenzie is 100% correct, and that is exactly why I recommend or say and suggest and all that stuff that like if you're a fan of if you're a fan of Korean music, if you're just a music fan in general, like you're just gonna listen to everything that you come across because you'll never know what you're gonna find. You never know what you're gonna like. So that's the thing. I I personally, Rido Boy, I'm not really a hip hop fan. Some of it I like, some of it I don't. So I cannot really make a determination on what the most hip hop boy group in K-pop is, unfortunately. But I will let you know what I think of that on Twitter, for sure. So that's what do we got? This has been a very very good uh very good live chat that we've had. This has probably been the most consistently strong and populated and active chat. Yeah, see, I got what you were saying, but still, I'm not. I mean, I'm not. I don't know. I think that I think that saying this group is more hip hop or not is kind of contentious, but like I honestly wouldn't say that like really there's any group in K-pop that is like hip hop. It's all of course inspired and influenced, heavily inspired and influenced, but I personally wouldn't really be comfortable saying that anyone is or is not, because I personally really have a very, kind of think that most of them are not really. If that makes any sense. I don't know. That being said, though, maybe NCT 127 would be the most. I mean, if I were just gonna throw a group out there, like Fire Truck, more than anything else. I don't play any sports. I just sit in front of a computer all day. That's the most active I get. Actually, work's the most active I get. But I just my my sport is YouTube. I just support. I've just been following them for the last 10 years. I think now at this point, it's probably close to 10 years that I've been following um, Manchester City, because I first got into them maybe for the final full year, I believe, maybe, that Mark Hughes was manager over there. I can see how BTS would fit too. I mean, I'm not gonna argue or debate that, because I don't, I personally couldn't come up with a good argument as to why they're not, the most hip hop boy group out there. So, I can see it. So that's also, I would also say that's a pretty good. Manchester United just objectively are not better than Manchester City. All you got to do is look at the standings of the Premier League to know. Didn't they lose today too? Oh no, I'm sorry. They tied to Bournemouth. They didn't even win. So yeah, right. Tell me that. Manchester City beats Sunderland tomorrow, then they'll be back up to second place with 55 points. 2 points above Tottenham, over Spurs. 8 behind Chelsea, because Chelsea drew last week. I don't know if Real Madrid is better than Manchester City or not. We've never played them before, because we've only ever drawn Barcelona in the Champions League. Fuckers. Every single year we've played Barcelona. It's ridiculous. Stupid. Except for this year. No, we played them this year too. I don't. It's gonna be. I don't know. It's gonna be kind of funny watching Leicester get relegated. If they get relegated, it's gonna be kind of sad. On one hand, I really dislike them just because like they had no business. I don't think winning the league last year because clearly they weren't that good. Although at the same time they were that good. But I don't really want them to get relegated. I mean, they're still doing pretty good in the in whatever the fuck the round is of the Champions League that they're in. I mean, they're only down against Sevilla 2-1, so they still got a chance to do something in the Champions League. Shit, they did better in the Champions League than I had thought they were going to. So they're not terrible, I guess. Manchester United has lots on debts. That is true. I cannot deny that. But we've got Aguero. We've got Raheem Sterling. He's good. We've got Jesus. We've got two Jesuses. How many Jesuses does Manchester United have? Although to be fair, I can't really say that any of the Manchester City players have a better scoring record or anything like that than Ibrahimovic does. But to be fair to Aguero, he's been injured for a very long time this season, so there's also that. Why not? When the league get relegated, who? I don't know if that's really history that anyone wants to set, but why not? I certainly wouldn't want to be the person that does that. Ooh, Huddersfield got beat by Newcastle. Well, that would be, I guess, expected. Damn, that's rough. I didn't realize that Aston Villa were 13th in the championship. Holy shit. Like, that's not good, guys. We played last year? Had to have been a friendly. Well, I mean, come on. They sacked the manager that won the league, and then has got them fighting for relegation now. So I think he deserved it. You don't win the league and then massively underperform and then expect to keep your job. That's not how that works. I mean, but I mean, of course, obviously he. Oh, I don't remember that, but I don't know. I have this terrible memory with all this stuff. Like people can remember. There's plenty of people who can remember like specific goals in the league in league games from years ago, and I'm like, fuck, I can't even remember what happened the last week. So I don't. My memory when this comes to this kind of stuff is awful. It seems compared to other people. But yeah, so I mean, I guess to put everything in perspective as to what Ranieri did with Leicester is he clearly like way overperformed with that team last year, and now they're about where they should have been. Oh no, actually now I kind of do remember that now. I kind of remember that. Oh yeah, no, I definitely remember because of course Ronaldo and all that shit. I remember that. I remember that. Not really, but I do vaguely remember that it was a game that I remember that we played. So it's I mean it's not necessarily fair that. So I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. I'm just interested. I'm just interested to see. I'm just interested to see. I'm always interested to look at what's going on in the championship every once in a while because it looks like well I mean I would say that Newcastle's pretty much locked in to get promoted in next season. Maybe Brighton as well seems to be pretty well locked in for second place. Although Huddersfield very well could take it. Huddersfield, Leeds, or Reading, I guess. Maybe not Reading, but Leeds and Huddersfield have a good chance to get automatically promoted. But you got Fulham's in seventh currently, just 5 points out of a promotion playoff. Aston Villa in 13th, which is sad. QPR down in 16th. Blackburn's been relegated for ages, and they're in 20th. Wolves are still in 21st, and Wigan is in 23rd. It's sad. Who are former Premier League teams that I remember that are or if there are any in League One? There's none. There's none. Although, fun fact, AFC Wimbledon is 13th in League One in the third division, which has a completely fan-owned team as well. I think it is. I do believe, yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be fun. But what I really care about though right now is the NHL. The NHL is where it's at. Because the Flames beat Detroit last night. The Kings are playing Vancouver currently, which is kind of important. And the Flames are fighting for a wild card spot. Still 2 points behind Edmonton because they beat St. Louis. Oh, that's right, Portsmouth. So where the fuck are they at? Holy. Are they all the way down? Oh, Lord. They're fifth in league. They're fifth in the fourth division. Holy God. Well, to be fair, I'm pretty sure they ended up basically going bankrupt. But I'm interested. I'm interested also because I know that we were talking soccer and stuff like that while Martin asked about Psy. I'm interested in it. I mean, Psy has put out some fun music. So I remember that. I'm hoping that LA can beat or that Vancouver beats LA, Los Angeles. Soccer's better. I don't like watching American. I like watching college American football, but soccer I think is better. The main thing that ruins American football for me is like just the constant commercial breaks, the constant long commercial breaks. Rangers are going to make the playoffs too, or Rangers might make the playoffs. Rangers are probably going to make the playoffs. They're 14 points clear in the wild card spot. They're not going to win the cup, but the Rangers are doing pretty okay. Although they're in a really difficult conference though, because the Metropolitan or whatever is just totally freaking stacked with some monstrous teams. So yeah. Oh, and then of course, and then there's well, just yesterday, 2 days ago, I think it was, the MLS season started. The American Soccer League just kicked off, which is cool. I'm not really a big fan of MLS, but that's a thing. But the big thing that's got me excited is that the league that my local professional team is it plays in starts, or their first game, actually just the season in general, starts on the 25th of March. Got to take a day off from work to make that game because it's gonna be at 2 p.m. which means I'm gonna be at which means I'm gonna be at work because it's a Sunday. I work on Sundays. Yeah, the shit thing about watching American football on US TV with all the commercials is it goes like, so it's like somebody scores a touchdown and then they have a commercial break and then they kick the extra point and then they have a commercial break and then they have the kickoff and then they have a commercial break and then they start and the next team starts their drive. And it's so shit that like to basically play 5 seconds of game time off the clock essentially, they you get four commercial breaks. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's absolutely retarded. Um, but I just in general, like when it comes to like the American sports, with like football and basketball and stuff like that. I think the college sport. I like watching the um college games a lot more. College football is a lot more fun and interesting and exciting, I think. Um, Maybe not so much exciting. I don't know. No, it wouldn't be better with any. It would be better with no commercials. It would be better with a shit ton of Japanese commercials. No, I don't. Have not watched any Mexican league. I know that I have like some insane, and it's really easy to watch on TV at the very least in the United States. But I have not watched a lot of Mexican league. The only stuff that I know, of course, is with MLS competing in the North American Champions League, and like I would assume Mexican people and stuff like that that are around here that wear things that are branded as teams from the Mexican League. So that's all I know about the Mexican League. Oh, I should probably watch it because I've heard that as far as like the quality of play in the Mexican League is better than MLS, which that's the one complaint that I've got with watching MLS games is that they're just totally ugly and terrible to watch most of the time. Or the last time I watched them, like watched pretty consistent or tried to watch relatively consistently, um, it was just really really painful to watch. I would like it because fucking MLS. Save the fact that I would like you to hide all the scores. It's not gonna hide the scores, motherfucker. Why? Well, it's pretty obviously better than MLS because the MLS teams can never beat the Mexican teams in the Champions League. So that's pretty obvious right there. I don't know. I mean, every league has its has its flaws and stuff like that. Like the Premier League or the top leagues in Europe and stuff like that, or just any league, I guess. Um, the top leagues and all that stuff in like anywhere is like they're normally won by like one or two teams, or in the case of the Premier League, there's like four that are considered to be the top four. Um, MLS is just like the fact that the competition is stupid and all of the different rules when it comes to how you can build your team and your roster rules and stuff like that are also kind of prohibitive. But of course, it's the American style of sports, so that's the way that it goes and stuff. So it's just the way that it goes. I'm planning on going to KCon LA. It's August 18th to the 20th. I use that opportunity to be out in Southern California for 5 days. So I'll be there. What is it? August 18th is when. Well, it's Friday. It's Friday to Sunday. It's got to be. Yeah. So I would end up probably landing in LA on Thursday on the 17th, and then flying away on the 23rd. So I'd be there for the convention on the 18th, 19th, and 20th, and have Monday and Tuesday the yeah Monday and Tuesday as a free day to just do whatever, hang out with friends that I've got back there or anything else. And the Scottish Premier League sucks because Celtic win every year. And then the rest of the teams, well, not the rest of the teams, because Rangers are not as good as they used to be, of course, because they went bankrupt and they ended up getting put down at the bottom of the professional pyramid over there. Um, so Rangers are definitely not that good anymore. Um, Apparently Aberdeen is having a very good season. Who wouldn't have known that? I didn't wouldn't have known. And then Hearts are also pretty consistently good, but like there's no team in the Scottish league that's particularly good, sadly. Um, I remember because I play Football Manager, and like my pretty like traditional save that I do every single year, or every game that I do every single year with that game, is I take over Hearts because they're a pretty solid team in Scotland, but of course they can be better and they've got the resources and all that stuff to just get better. And so um, but I did have one season where like basically every team from third down to like seventh was close to like 60, 50 points. 20, 15, 20 points behind Celtic, who were winning the league, which is sad, myself included. But that's, yeah. And I'm not really familiar with Norway, unfortunately. I am not really familiar with the whole soccer scene and all that stuff in Norway, sadly. The Irish team wins the Scottish. Huh? Probably Barcelona or Real Madrid. I don't know. Let's see what the standings are. Oh, good lord. I don't even know. I can't say. 1 point. Motherfucker. The MLS Live site is not hiding the scores for games. I'm pissed. Oh, Sevilla has a shot. I don't think they're going to do it, but they're definitely not. They're in position to strike. That's for sure. Whoa. So that's interesting. I need this effing MLS site to work for me. Because if it's not, then what the hell is the point of paying all this money to have MLS Live if it ain't gonna work? I don't like I said, I guess I was getting. I don't really watch very much of the or any, real soccer outside of my local team and Manchester City. So I'm not really too familiar with who's good and who's not and all that stuff. Um, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on with this MLS Live thing. I'm sorry. Okay, so, um, yeah, I don't know. got new messages on Facebook and stuff where they just what? I don't know. Anyway, I guess that's gonna be it since I'm super distracted now at this point. I'm sorry. Um, that's it's gonna be 68 degrees tomorrow in Louisville apparently. That's interesting. Okay, so that's gonna be it because I just got distracted, and the last 5 minutes or so have been me looking at my other freaking monitor and not worrying about what you guys are saying. So I apologize for that. Yes, I do. I do tag in Korean and English at the same time. Of course, I used to do the Korean in my titles as well, but since my MCN, my YouTube network, is providing Korean translations for my titles and descriptions, I don't need to do that anymore because of course the point of that is to make my videos of including the Korean was to oh Jesus. Oh geez, hi, how are you? Welcome. Just as I said I was gonna close it out, but I can't now. We gotta stay for a little while longer because I ended up running into her in Chicago. But yeah, I used to use do Korean in my titles, but I don't anymore because my MCN translates my titles and descriptions into Korean now. So for people who are using YouTube in the Korean language, see my translated stuff. So they'll see my titles in like pure Korean, which is awesome. Very, very useful. Did I like the concert? Um, yeah. I don't know. It's a bit complicated than like that. I mean, ultimately, right? Just like the base summary of it is like, yes, it was definitely awesome, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I'm not actually like I said that I was gonna vlog it and all that stuff, but I actually did not. But I'll definitely talk about it and stuff. I and ultimately the reason why I didn't is just like I'm not comfortable doing it and stuff like that. She is, but here's the thing: is like I already knew that. Of course, I'm a relatively super close fan of 4 Minute and stuff like that, so I knew what she was like and all that stuff. But um, her all of her engagement and stuff like that with the engagement and stuff like that with the audience was bringing me back to when I was deep into 4 Minute um and I was seeing a lot of their behind the scenes footage and her stuff on like Invincible Youth and the variety shows and stuff like that, and her personality and stuff like that when she was doing the all the mini games and the other audience interaction stuff like that was definitely reminding me of that side of her, which was really really awesome to see. I absolutely loved seeing that. um that's the thing. The drive up there, I think it was like 4 maybe 5 hours total. It's like just over maybe I think 300 miles for me, which wasn't bad. It really wasn't bad. The only thing that was irritating and made it a little rough and difficult for me was the fact that going up there on Wednesday morning it was really really windy all the way through Indiana. So I was fighting to stay on the road for a majority of that drive. It was a real pain in the ass. I'm planning on vlogging KCon. That's why I'm putting out a bunch of stuff over on my vlog channel. That's why I'm trying to do more, vlogs and stuff like that, where I'm not just, so I'm just getting more used to doing all of that stuff, because I want to be able to put out some good shit for when I go to LA. I wanted to do some, or I had planned, I had in my mind when I was going up to Chicago on Wednesday for Hyuna, that I was going to make at least, one or two super cool, super awesome videos, revolving around that event. But, I just wasn't, feeling it. I wasn't comfortable with it, so I just ultimately didn't, and then there's the aspect of, like, I just wanted to sit there and, like, just enjoy the fact that I was physically, probably, I don't know, less than 50 yards away from her. Like, super, super close. I mean, the whole thing was very, very awesome. I was really glad that I went, but I'll be including more information and stuff like that about it and all that. I'm going to be going into much more detail than I am right now about it in the weekly review, my weekly video that I'll be uploading tomorrow. That I'm planning on uploading tomorrow, at least. So, I'll talk about what I liked, I'll talk about what I didn't like, and stuff like that. I mean, I already recorded a video that I planned on uploading and stuff like that, but I decided, like, when I was uploading, I was like, my opinion from what I said had actually changed in the time since I recorded and did all the stuff. So I've just decided that I'll talk about it on Sunday instead. Okay, you booked, so your hotel for what, KCon LA or New York? Because I don't know what the hell is gonna happen with KCon LA, but I've seen on their announcement of the dates that KCon LA is gonna have 3 nights of concerts. It's gonna have 3 concerts for KCon LA, which is insane. But that just means that the tickets are gonna be, like, a little bit more, or just gonna cost more to go, which sucks. I predict at one point, going at the way that they continue to just expand, is that, like, within no time we'll have a week-long convention for, oh geez, you booked for both, holy shit, you're dedicated. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I have that disposable income to go to New York, or else I would, but I'm not sure if I could afford that. But yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised at some point. Well, I would be surprised in all honesty, but I don't think that it's, well, it is vaguely possible, but it's like maybe 10% possible. It's a 10% possibility that that KCon LA could turn into a week-long event, which would be both good and bad. But oh, that's actually a good point about that, because I ended up getting a bunch of my vacation time from work, because I didn't use all of it last year. I got a little bonus for that, and I'm gonna get my tax return as well, which might end up being a couple $100 or something like that, or a few five, I don't know, a pretty decent amount of money. But at the same time, man, like, I don't want to spend all of it. I want to save some of it. I don't know. And then there also is kind of the aspect of, going to New York by myself and stuff like that, without really knowing anybody there, and knowing anybody that is going to be there. I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of that. At least when I go to LA and stuff like that, I'm actually familiar with the place. I got friends and family that are out there that I could, hang out with and stuff. But then I might as well just fucking go to KCon New York and make friends too. Meet people, why not? Dude, no, tense mud and K-pop just don't mix. I don't see K-pop fans going for that, man, because they got to be all pretty for their idols, for their future wives and husbands. It would be kind of fun, I think, maybe to like experience a open air festival like that. But I don't know how that would how people would like that ultimately, because people bitch and complain like nonstop about everything relating to KCon or any tour that ends up showing up in the United States. So K-pop fans in the United States are the biggest whiners in the plant on the planet. Actually, I shouldn't say that, but the people that do give everyone a bad name. I love seeing the people when, like, the promoters and stuff like that have announced their tour and stuff, and then people go like, well, why isn't this group coming to my city when you're going over here, or instead of over here, blah blah blah. It's like, you don't really understand how, like, how this works, do you? Like, if they could bring this group, if it made sense to bring this group to Dallas or whatever city you think that they should be at, they would, if it was profitable, if they could find a venue. But there's just so much more than just saying like, oh, hey, Hyuna, do you want to do 10 shows in the United States? And then, of course, because Cube likes money, and they'll be like, yes, we would like to do 10 shows in the United States because we will make money off of it. It's just so much more complicated than saying like, we're gonna set up a tour and you're gonna hit up all these cities and it's gonna be great. People have no understanding of that, and it's really kind of aggravating seeing people like harass these companies that put on these tours and stuff. Like, I would headbang with G Friend songs. Wait, they're metal versions of G Friend songs, or are there people that have done metal versions of G Friend songs? Because if there's people that have done metal covers, I think I might have to search those. But at the same time, like, I'm sitting here in Louisville, in the middle of the fucking country, basically. Not really, but kind of. Um, and people in Dallas who get K-pop shows relatively frequently now are complaining that some group isn't coming to Dallas. But I'm like, motherfucker, the closest show to me is in Chicago at any given time. So just shut up. You live in a city that gets a show every once in a while. I live in a city that doesn't get any. The nearest one is a 5 hour drive away from me. I gotta spend $100 to get there. Well, to get there and back, I have to pay for a tank and a half of gas to get up there, plus a hotel and parking, which is like, I'm not rich. I can barely afford parking. I'm kidding, but parking in the city is expensive. Yeah, it's. I mean, that's really what that's really what I'm happy about. I mean, like, if I really wanted to, you know, I could make any show in the country. So I mean, that's the thing is like the three cities that end up getting stopped at most frequently that's nearby me, Chicago, New York, Atlanta, I guess. I guess it's Atlanta or Miami, and then there's Dallas or Dallas, I suppose, in Texas. So those are really the closest places, but like I can only drive to one of those. So I mean, of course I can fly for I don't know, take a short flight, but I don't know. It's really irritating, when like I said, when there's people who live in places that every once in a while or relatively frequently get K-pop acts or Korean music acts that come in um into their specific city, and they fucking live there, and they start complaining that they don't get a show, and they might have to travel to one. Like that is how it works for like 99% of the people in the K-pop fans in the United States. Unfortunately, we gotta travel. You gotta spend all that extra money to go. Where you can just roll out of your bed on the day of the show, go line up, and all that stuff. Yeah, Martin, dude, KCon is. I don't know about KCon Mexico. Like legitimately, I don't know. But like I don't know, you like for next year, dude, start saving up some money so that you can afford to go to KCon Mexico. Like I guarantee, I'm pretty sure, and this is of course based off of my first year going, and then of course every year after that. That if you go, it will be a really really amazing experience. Like you will leave and you will be like, I have got to go back next year, and you'll make sure that it's a yearly thing. Like it's a really really amazing event. It's really really awesome. And then as far as K-pop stuff in Europe, I mean, obviously not specifically in Norway. You're gonna have to travel to Europe. There's KCon in Paris, I think it is. There's KCon somewhere in Europe, I do believe, or there was. So there very well might be another one next year. So you should definitely be keeping an eye out on that and seeing if you can make that one. Um, I don't know. And then just like the next time that there's any K-pop act or Korean act that shows up in Europe, you just buy tickets and go on a nice road trip to a different part of Europe and see what's up. Chicago. I mean, so going to Chicago is probably going to be the most frequent city that I go to. Of course, of all the cities that are around me or in the United States that get these shows, the three cities, of course, at the top of the list are New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. With Chicago, I guess, just being slightly number three on that list, with LA and New York being tied at number one. So I'm actually really well positioned to go to a lot more shows in the future if I choose to. The only thing that I'm gonna have to work out, I don't know, is yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a thing. If all of these shows and stuff weren't happening in March, if all of these tours that are going on weren't in flipping March, I would be going to a lot more, I think. So that's the thing. I mean, KCon is expensive, and I'm lucky that when I go out to LA, I've got family that I can stay with for the week that I'm there. so I don't have to pay for a hotel anywhere. Um, but of course, traveling away from where you live is just expensive in general. I end up having to, I save money to go, so yeah, I mean, it's just really expensive. But like I said, it's definitely worth the that what the fuck am I saying? I was saying I save a ton of money. I try. I gotta buy a lot of K-pop albums though, cause I gotta feed my addiction. Yeah, no one's gonna stop you. There's no one that's gonna stop you from filming anything other than people who are irritated that you're holding your phone up. Although everyone else will be doing the same thing, so you can do that. I was legitimately kind of contemplating whether or not I should bring my phone or whatever and do like a Twitter live stream of the Hyuna show in Chicago. Just live stream the entire thing onto Twitter for everyone to watch. But I was like, maybe I should just be kind of respectful of the product that the concert promoter and stuff like that's putting together, and like not cheapen their fucking tickets by broadcasting that to everybody. It's kind of the same reason why, like, copyright and it's I guess technically, in a way, I suppose you can say it's kind of infringing on their copyright for whatever the intellectual property of the show is, or whatever. I guess you kind of get the idea of what I'm getting at with that. uh yeah, it'll be fun. You gotta look for it. They're very well. It's definitely possible that there might be, or that there will be, some good stuff. I don't film stuff. I sit there, I stand, sometimes I sit. It all depends on what the people in front of me and behind me are doing. And I just watch the show. I just enjoy the music and the performance. You know, that's just what I do. I'm not the person. So if you ever see me at one of these shows, or if you saw me at the Hyuna show, I would just sit there and I just sat there in my chair, whatever. Everyone else next to me was sitting too, so I'm not gonna stand, or else I would have. Um, and I just took in the whole experience. I didn't, like, freak out. I didn't, express like I was like, oh my god, this is so great or anything like that. I just was like stone face, stone, dead face, whatever, and I just enjoyed it. I would consider traveling for 4 minutes to out of the country, to a different continent, to a different planet, different universe, or different galaxy. But ultimately, I wouldn't be able to afford it, so I would not travel. I would be very sad. There's people outside. I can hear them outside. Anyway, I don't think that I would. If they were somewhere in the United States, if they were all the way up in, I don't even know. anywhere in North America, United States or Canada, shit, might as well be a good reason for me to get a passport so I can go to Canada or Mexico or whatever, and then I get to see a form in it that way. Man, if I could hear these people from outside, they're being really loud. That's crazy. They're loud, dude. Wow, okay. I should have gotten a high touch, but I did not. No, I like Rookie though. Sorry, I'm distracted again. But Rookie's actually a good song. Rookie's actually an enjoyable song. It's not my favorite Red Velvet song, but it definitely is good. Um, yeah, and getting high touch would have been great. I don't know what I missed though. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know really if I like if I really particularly like wish that I'd gotten high touch or not. Or it probably would have been worth the money. I don't know. I'm not just really like a big fan of, that stuff. But I don't know. Maybe I guess my view and my thoughts and stuff like that are probably wrong or ill informed or whatever. So were you able to be there for the rest of the high touch stuff, fan engagement stuff, or did they kick you out like as abruptly and unceremoniously as they kicked me out? It'd be nice. It would be cool to see Red Velvet do something sexy again. I would like that. Okay. So I still don't know what else I missed, which I guess is for the better. I guess that's better for me to not, know that I don't know. I miss getting her phone number or something like that. Not like I'd ever call her, but I don't know. But that's kind of this general or disorganized or whatever is the general vibe that K-pop me or whoever puts off from like a lot of the stuff that they do. Sadly, which I don't know. I mean, like I know that doing all this stuff is really difficult and all that stuff. So I'm not really like complaining or using that as a really like big negative mark for them. But I don't know. You would think that with the amount of times that they've done this stuff, that they might be able to run them a little bit better and promote them a little bit better and do all this other stuff a little bit better than they do. I like Deep End from Brave Girls. I don't like Brave Girls' other songs though. Deep End is the only one that I've enjoyed a lot. But this new song, the teaser for Rollin' or whatever it's called, is gonna has got me hyped. I think that that song is gonna be a really really great song. I'm gonna be really sad though when it comes out and it's like a Brave Brothers song and then it's just an average garbage, or not average garbage, but it's good but not memorable. I'm gonna be sad if that's the case because I've got the hype levels are high for that one. Yeah, maybe she give out hugs. I don't know. See, that's the thing is like so my view on the whole high touch thing and stuff like that is that like I don't know. It's you're paying which granted the the whole fan interaction and the the hug or the high five or picture and all that other stuff is like awesome and stuff like that from a fan perspective and that, but I don't know. I don't really hold those things which are I don't know fleeting and insignificant and like I don't know whatever as whatever the value is that the tickets cost and stuff like that for that. I mean maybe for Hino but not for anybody else. And I personally would like to just have a connection with these people on a different level, and that doesn't mean that's not going to be me paying money for it. You know that's going to be me doing the work through my YouTube channel and other stuff like that to build those personal relationships so I know these people on a personal level. Instead of like they just maybe they knew that I existed for 2 seconds and then forgot about me as soon as I was out of their eyesight. You know, which I guess that's really kind of a bitter and super pessimistic view on it, but it is what it is. So, I don't know. Man, this whole energy levels and stuff like that have died a couple of times in the last hour. We got an extra hour longer than I normally would plan. Well, than I plan to, at least than my minimum. Yeah, I mean that's true. But on the other hand, I gotta consider that, like, hey, I might be the only guy, the only male with long hair that she ever met for the entire tour. But is she going to even remember that I exist, or she's not going to recognize me ever again. She's not going to know that I exist ever again, or even think about me, maybe particularly frequently, or longer than maybe a couple days. you know I don't know. No, it's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. After I do a reaction, does my uh not often. I mean, cause like I know, like, I think that with, as an example, with my the video that I made for Excuse Me, the AOA song. I think that I said, like, it's a really good song. I'm really really enjoying it, but ultimately, at the end of the day, um, I'm gonna dislike it, or I'm not gonna remember it. I'm gonna forget it. I'm not gonna, like, want to listen to it frequently. Um, I think with Rookie specifically, Ricardo, that in that video I may or may not have said, like, the English, the terrible pronunciation of English is the thing that had me most disliking it. But I think I did say specifically in that video that if I can get past the pronunciation, or once I get past the pronunciation, then the song is actually pretty good, and I enjoy the song. So there's that. It's kind of the reason why I end up doing those further review videos, or the review videos where I just go into a little bit more depth a lot of times, is because if it's not only to just further explain it in a little bit more detail about this song itself and the music specifically, what I liked and what I didn't like about a song, is obviously the perfect opportunity to update what I think after listening to the song for 3 hours or so, or 3 4 hours, total of time that I try to put into listening to each of those songs for those videos. So I mean, it happens, but I wouldn't say that it happens pretty frequently, because I have the general awareness of what the what's good about a song, what's not good about a song, and what I'm going to get tired of, you know, just when I listen to it the first time. Is what happens when you listen to a lot of music. You just kind of just know right off the bat what you will and will not like. I like Excuse Me, I really do. It's a really really awesome song, but I just can't listen to it very frequently anymore. Like, it's good, but I would never ever ever pick it to listen to. It's by far my favorite out of the pair of songs that they released music videos for this year. But without a doubt, their other song was just average, boring, garbage filler. Garbage, I think, is a little harsh, but just boring is just boring and average. Excuse Me was the most unique and interesting one, but it really just comes down to the dance move, to the point dance, and the corresponding vocals for the chorus, and that's why I like it, because it's good. That part is good, but that's about really the only really that's the only thing that I enjoy about that song, though. Oh my god, I gotta go to sleep, guys. I hope that I'm not actually. I hope that I'm not like super quiet. I shouldn't be because this microphone is like sensitive as fuck, sensitive as hell. So I don't have to talk that loud. But I think that what I'm going to do here. Oh, I forgot. I haven't uploaded my throwback reaction. I guess I can do that tomorrow. Poop. Or no, I guess I can just chuck it up right now. Why the heck not? But like I really should do my SEO and stuff like that for the description and stuff. But I don't want to, man. I just want to go to sleep. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow morning. Try to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Haven't been able to do that the last couple of days. Haven't had the resolve. But yeah, but I don't know. That's gonna be it. I'm tired. I really have to like, cut back on how frequently I go past 10 o'clock with these, unfortunately, because this even though it's like 6 hours of sleep and it's really not like a tiny amount, it kind of sucks, to be completely honest. So that's gonna be it. If you're still here, just as a reminder, I'm gonna be streaming my recording session for the weekly review, for the ROK weekly music review, coming out tomorrow sometime around 5 p.m. Eastern in the United States. So like my Facebook page if you're not already, so that you can see when that live video is up. And and I'm looking to incorporate a little bit more, audience interaction into that. So, get into that, be on Facebook at whatever time or never, whatever, and then join the live chat for that. And the streams I really do my best to do them every single Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, some days I'm just not gonna have the energy. I'm just not gonna be, in the mood to put on to do well, I suppose, to put on a good performance for you guys. So I will postpone it to a later day. I've done them on Sundays. I've done one, I think, on like on Monday or something like that. I don't remember. But of course, it all just kind of depends on how I feel, because I want to make sure that I have the energy level and all that stuff to put out a good product for you guys. That's what I try and do every single night. Sometimes I do better, sometimes I don't. So that is going to be it. I'm going to go to sleep, and my reaction video that I recorded today, I guess I'm going to post it real quick. Just be lazy about it and post it and upload it. And that's going to be that. So did you just post the link, Martin? Unless you just deleted what you posted. Anyway, thanks everyone for coming. I will see you all next week, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm really tired. But like I said, thanks everyone for coming. I'll see you next week, my next video, whatever. Bye bye.